What's up, y'all? Jay Floyd, aka Big Bro. Y'all know what it is, man. This is going to be our driver's ed. This is chapter 1, man. So I want y'all to rock with me, man. Listen, right now in my workshops is where I usually do introductions, man. You know, I am Jay Floyd. I'm Big Bro, right? I'm a life coach. I am a speaker. I'm an author. I am a podcaster. I am an MC. I'm a communicator, man. That's what I do, man. I communicate the thoughts that come to me, man. I let it resonate in my spirit, man, and I pump it back out the way that I think God wants me to send it, right? Now, I want y'all to think a little bit about who y'all are and why you're here and what you came to get out of this here course, all right? That's what I'm talking about, man. So the first point that we're gonna make, man, is that your life is a vehicle, a specially designed vehicle, man. If we got any car enthusiasts out there, if any of y'all get into cars, man, whatever y'all favorite car is, man, I want you to think about that right now. I want you to just ponder on it. I don't know if it's a Escalade. I don't know if it's a Shelby. I don't know if it's, man, whatever it is, man. Maybe it's a Tesla. Tesla just had that stock split. Word up. I don't know if it's a Tesla, man. I don't know. Whatever your favorite car is, meditate on that for a second, man. Picture it in your mind. In your mind, shine it up. Picture yourself waxing and buffing that bad boy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What color is it, man? What color is yours? I tend to like black, man. I'm one of them black on black kind of dudes, man. I like the black with the black wheels, the black interior, but I've seen some nice peanut butter interior too. So yeah. So whatever, what's y'all color, man? Give me the comments below. What car did you think of? What did y'all pop up with, man? Tell me the interior, the exterior, all of that. Is it matte finish? Is it glossy? Do it got chrome wheels? Did you black the rails out? Tell me, man. You know what I'm saying? And while y'all doing that, man, I want you to think about this, man. How many of y'all have ever seen those car commercials? I know what you're talking. I know you know what I'm talking about. Where, during the holidays, you turn on the TV and it's like, oh, there's a scene where there's snow falling. There's some jingle bells in the background, and then the camera zooms in on this nice car, this nice house, and it's always got like this huge driveway with all like a 8-car garage or something, man. And then, these people coming out and it's like, oh, Christmas morning. And somebody comes running out and there's a car with a big bow on it outside for them. I know y'all done seen those commercials, right? Now follow me. I don't like those commercials, man. I usually don't like it because number one, most of the people in those commercials, they're already rich. I mean, they already show you this ridiculous house. It's like, you got this ridiculous house. You obviously living like this. What's the huge surprise about this extra car? You know what I mean? It's like, okay, surprise. But I also don't like it because I've never had that kind of. I've never been balling like that. Never had that life. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that's like. I didn't grow up like that. Didn't happen for me like that. So that's not a realistic thing for me. But I want you to follow me, man, because I want you to understand the thing that they're trying to sell people. That feeling that they're trying to sell people, we already should have that feeling, right? You already were that person in that commercial today. If you woke up today, then you essentially walked out to a brand new vehicle with a bow on it, right? That's the way our life. Not everybody woke up today. It's a precious thing, man. Not only that, think about this. Think about how valuable our life is. If you were at the end of your life and you had ailments or sicknesses and some medical professional had to take care of you, you and your family would pay any kind of money to take care of you. Day by day by day. Sometimes for you just, not to even have the same type of quality of life that you have right now. So just think, if you're willing to go into debt, have your whole family go into debt for you to have another couple of hours of life, that's how valuable life should be to you right now. Right this moment. If you woke up today then that's a brand new vehicle out there. I want you to start to look at every day, every single season, every challenge, every opportunity as that new gift wrap whip. Whip, that's a car for all of y'all that's like, urban lingo challenge. It's a car. It's in the driveway for y'all right now. I don't know if you got one of them big wide driveways, if you got the turnaround driveway, but that's how we got it, man. And we got to put this opportunity to use. So step one in the driver's ed, man, you got to have a vehicle. You have to have a vehicle to take driver's ed. So I want you to understand you have a beautiful, valuable, priceless vehicle that you woke up to today. Listen, I don't care what your life circumstances are. I don't care what on your body is hurting. I don't care what on your body didn't work. If you woke up today, trust me, you have an invaluable vehicle that God allowed you to drive one more day. At least one more day. So we got to start rolling like that, right? So that's step one, man. And also, man, listen, when we start talking about having a vehicle, I'm big into defining things. Give me the definition. What does vehicle mean? So vehicle, I'm going to put it up there. Number one, most dictionaries tell us the number one definition of vehicle is a means of transportation. Yeah, we know that your life is a means of transportation, not just only walking from point A to point B, but also time travel. Yeah, time travel. Yeah. Exactly like that, man. You time traveling right now. You're in the middle of a journey from your birth date to your death date. That ain't something we like to talk about, but that's real. Birth date hyphen death date, right? In between that, you get the hyphen. What's your hyphen gonna be? That hyphen, let's look at that hyphen. If you zoom in on that hyphen, boom, that hyphen is your journey. That's your time travel. Birth date to death date hyphen, right? And you're time traveling right now. So what are you going to make your dash mean to the world? Yeah, I say if your life is time traveling, then pimp it out, man. Make that bad boy a spaceship, yo. And spaceships don't come equipped with rear view mirrors. We already know that. My boy Andre 3000 already told us that. All right. So listen, first of all, it's a vehicle. It's a means of transportation from point A to point B. You in that hyphen. We're all in that. If you're watching that, that means you're in that hyphen, man. You know? Now, Webster's also, one of the reasons I'm really big on definitions is because you can also get multiple definitions. You can go deeper. So Webster's also tells us the second definition for vehicle is a thing used to express, embody, or fulfill something. Yeah. I was just in a movie recently, A State of Mind. Go check that movie out, by the way. And I started learning about characters, and I understand that certain characters in a movie express the story. It's a vehicle to bring the audience in, right? So there's a vehicle, right? And even if you take this in the biblical sense, vehicle, let's go to what my man Paul said in Ephesians. In Ephesians 2:10 says, we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God hath before ordained that we should walk in them. But what does workmanship really mean? We always hear that word. The workmanship comes from the Greek word poema, right? Poema, which means that which has been made, or a work, or it's the same place where we get the word poem, right? So Romans 1:20, Paul goes in on this again, right? He says, for ever since the world was created, people have seen the earth and the sky. Through everything that God made, through poema, everything that God made, they can clearly see his invisible qualities, his eternal power, and his divine nature, so that they have no excuse for not knowing God. I say all of this to say, we start with a brand new understanding that we are not insignificant. Our life has huge meaning. Whatever your occupation, whatever your limitations, whatever your struggle, man, your life is not only a means to transport you from point A to point B, it's also a means to express, embody, or fulfill God's purpose. You are God's poem. Poem. Woo! Man. I mean, just imagine that, man, right? God's poem. Like, ladies, like if a dude came up to you and was like, baby, you are God's poem, baby. God's poem. You'd be like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? But let me tell you this. A man already did say that. Paul already said that. Paul said you are God's workmanship. You are God's poema. So Paul had already ran that game, but it wasn't game, it was truth. And he was telling everybody that this is what we are, right? Your life is not only a spaceship that's time traveling, but it's also God's poem that God is still writing. He's still writing that bad boy. That's why you woke up today. God ain't done writing. He was like, man, look, I got some more bars. Look at this. He's still making it rhyme. He's still throwing the punchlines. God ain't done with us. He ain't done. Our life is a vehicle. Yeah. So listen, I remember growing up, my dad was from Duncanville, Alabama. He was 50 years older than me. So, you know, he grew up on a farm, man. He was a hard worker with his hands. And I just remember as a child, he would always shake my hand and his hands were completely calloused. And not only were they completely calloused, they had changed shape kind of. They were not like this. You know, they were kind of like this. Naturally, just like that. It's almost like they had over time calloused over and turned into basically tools. Tools to what he was using them for. Because that's what the human body does. Whatever we use ourselves for, we start to turn into. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So my question is, what's your natural ability? What are you naturally shaped like, right? You know what I'm saying? Like me and my wife talked about this one time, man. I'm basically a microphone. You know, I got the loud voice. I'm always talking. I know how to express my thoughts so other people can grasp it. I'm God's microphone. That's my role, man. That's what I am on God's tool belt. When God got a whole bunch of things on his tool belt he used to keep the world rolling. I'm one of the microphones. You know? And my wife, she's a flashlight. She's an investigator. She can look at the facts, boom, boom. She always wants to know all the details. She's a flashlight, man. She's right there on God's tool belt. So we start to understand, and this is one of the ways that we'll talk about further on another marriage episode. It's one of the ways we understand how to balance each other because we know our strengths. But when you know your strengths, you got to also know that every strength comes with a weakness. Okay, as a microphone, I'm always trying to convey a point. I'm always trying to boom, 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 get people to understand a point. But there comes a time where it's not time to do that. Sometimes it's time to listen. Turn it off. Like if you're a flashlight, you know, you might be shining a flashlight, but flashlight has narrow, shining, bright lights. If you focus too much right there, if you're a flashlight and you focus too much here, you might miss the periphery. So you have to pay attention to what's going on in the periphery. They're still in the darkness. So you got to understand that every strength has a weakness. But you understand what your natural traits are. It's what I like to call knowing your make and model, right? So if we know that we are a vehicle, know your make and model as well, right? That's one of the ways. So I want you to think really deep right now. What are you? What traits do you have? What would you consider yourself on God's tool belt? What kind of vehicle are you driving as we cruise along, man? that life is a gift so expensive, there is no price tag, man. No price tag. When we reach the end of our lives, as I said, we would pay any amount of money. We would send our family into generations of debt just to give us a few more days, right? So that's how invaluable our life is. So we should know what kind of vehicle you can buy with that type of value. So in order for us to move on to our next steps, we have to fully process that this life that we are living, no matter what we have been taught to think about it, no matter how much the world and life has beat us down and told us that we are not valuable, we have to understand that we are extremely valuable. So much so that God worked some miracles to wake us up today. And is going to continue to work miracles to lead us through our day, right? So if we understand that, then we understand that we can move on to our next steps, right? So I got a little bit of homework. Before you click and go on to that next step, I challenge you. Every single one of these steps is going to come with a challenge. I want you to pick up your phone. Remember, these phones that we have, they're very powerful. 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, these would have been, to have this type of computer would have took up a whole room, but now we can fit it in our pocket. But I want you to understand, that's a tool, not a toy. It's a tool. And throughout these videos, we're going to learn how to use these tools, right? This is one of them. So take your phone, and I want you to take that alarm. I know everybody wakes up to their phone alarm. Come on, I know how, you just like me. But here's another aspect of that phone alarm. That phone alarm has a text label. And it lets you say whatever you want your phone screen to say when that alarm goes off, which means you can trigger yourself. You can trigger yourself to run. So I want you to say, today is a new BENZ. Drive it. I want you to change that to say that. All right? Because here's one of the things that we have to understand, man. Remember earlier when I had you envision the car that you wanted. Envision your dream car, your favorite car. Even envision yourself buffing it, shining it up. One of the things we never envision, we always look at the external. We're going to see what color it is. We're going to see the rims, see how shiny it is. We don't envision that engine though. And that's how we are in life, right? Some of us may be alphas. We may wake up, boom, ready to go. Alpha personality, and I talked about that in the previous video. Others of us may be a beta personality. Beta means I'm more of a teammate. I'm more of a supporter for others. I might give you an idea and say, you run with this. And I don't pick up my own ideas. Or I might be on Omega, which me personally, I'm naturally an Omega, which means I wake up in the morning more laid back. I like to peep game. You know what I'm saying? So if you're one of those, you have to understand that in this life, there are times where we all have to be alphas. If we want to achieve our goals, if we want to get out of the back seat and start driving, it's going to take an alpha strength and personality. So we start to use these tools like setting our phone to say, wake up in the morning and let's go. Life is a brand new DeLorean. Life is a brand new Tesla. Life is a brand new Ford 350. I'ma drive it. Thank you, God. I'ma drive it. Yeah. That's how we start to overcharge ourselves. Supercharge ourselves into being an alpha. All right? So that's my homework for y'all for the first chapter. Life is a vehicle. Your life is sweet, man. It's shined up with chrome and black wheels. It's got whatever you want on it. Trust me. Hop in that bad boy and drive it around. All right? But know that you got a vehicle out there when you're ready. So before you go to that next video, man, set that alarm. Challenging you. Life is all about responding to challenge. And let's go, man. Chapter 2. You know what it is. The back seat. How did I get here? And how do I get out? Let's go.